You've probably heard of Marcus Aurelius, and if you haven't, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll focus on one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors who ever lived. We will explore his early life, how he was introduced to and influenced by Stoicism, and how it shaped him not just as a Roman emperor, but as a remarkable human being. His life was filled with challenges, turmoil, personal loss, betrayal, plagues, and wars. Join us as we dive into the compelling journey of Marcus Aurelius, tracing his path from birth to his tragic death, and discover why he remains a timeless figure in history. Early life. Marcus Aurelius was born on April 26, 121 AD in Rome, into a prominent family known for its political and social influence. His birth name was Marcus Annius Verus. His father, Marcus Annius Verus III, was an army commander, while his mother, Domitia Lucilla, came from a wealthy and influential family. After his father's death, when Marcus was just 3, his upbringing was overseen by his grandfather, also named Marcus Annius Verus, a senator and a prominent member of the Roman aristocracy. He ensured that Marcus received a top-tier education and upbringing fitting for someone of his social standing. His grandfather's connections and status provided young Marcus with opportunities and exposure to influential circles in Roman society. In 136 AD, Emperor Hadrian, recognizing Marcus's potential, arranged for his future by adopting Antoninus Pius with the stipulation that he would, in turn, adopt Marcus and another young noble, Lucius Verus. This positioned Marcus within the line of succession to the throne. Marcus received an exceptional education, studying under renowned tutors like the Stoic philosopher Junius Rusticus, which deeply influenced his philosophical outlook. His upbringing in an environment rich in political and intellectual activity prepared him well for his future roles. Education and upbringing. His formal education began at the age of 8 when Emperor Hadrian appointed him to the priesthood of the Salian priests, marking his entry into public life. He studied under the grammarian Alexander of Kottayam and received training in rhetoric from Marcus Cornelius Fronto, one of the most renowned speakers of the time. A pivotal influence was the Stoic philosopher Junius Rusticus, who introduced Marcus to Stoicism, a philosophy that would profoundly shape his life and reign. Stoicism emphasizes rationality, self-control, and virtue as the path to a good life, teaching the importance of living in harmony with nature and accepting one's fate with equanimity. Marcus also studied under Herodes Atticus, a Greek rhetorician, and Claudius Maximus, another Stoic philosopher. These educators imparted lessons in philosophy, law, and literature, molding Marcus's intellectual and moral character. The comprehensive education he received under these esteemed tutors prepared him for his future role as emperor, allowing him to blend intellectual rigor with practical governance. Rise to power. In 138 AD, Marcus, now at the age of 17, was when Emperor Hadrian adopted Antoninus Pius as his successor as the new emperor of Rome, with a unique condition. Antoninus had to adopt Marcus Aurelius and Lucius Verus, ensuring a line of succession that would stabilize the empire. This strategic move marked the formal beginning of Marcus's path to power. Antoninus Pius ascended to the throne later that year, fulfilling Hadrian's condition. As part of the adoption, Marcus took on the name Marcus Aurelius Verus, signifying his new status within the imperial family and his future role as emperor. Marcus's adoption was more than a political maneuver. It was a profound shift in his life, bringing him closer to the epicenter of Roman power. With his new name and status, Marcus was groomed intensively for leadership. He was given responsibilities and duties that would prepare him for the challenges of ruling an empire. His education continued under the watchful eyes of Antoninus Pius, who served as a mentor and father figure, instilling in him the values of duty, responsibility, and governance. Antoninus Pius provided a model of leadership that Marcus would later emulate. During his reign, Antoninus Pius maintained stability and prosperity in the Roman Empire, setting high standards for Marcus. He entrusted Marcus with increasing responsibilities, including administrative duties and public service, gradually preparing him for the ultimate leadership role. Marcus's political career also advanced during this period. He was appointed consul for the first time in 140 AD at a remarkably young age, reflecting the high regard in which he was held by the emperor and the Senate. Holding the consulship was one of the highest honors and crucial steps in a Roman political career, typically reserved for those destined for significant roles in the empire. This period also allowed Marcus to cultivate his philosophical interests, especially in Stoicism, which would deeply influence his approach to leadership and personal conduct. His marriage in 145 AD to Faustina the Younger, daughter of Antoninus Pius, was a significant event that further solidified his ties within the ruling family. They produced 13 children, though only 6 reached adulthood, while 7 died in infancy or childhood due to disease, illness, and lack of medical knowledge. Their notable surviving children included Commodus, who would later succeed Marcus as emperor. The stability of his family life and his Stoic philosophy provided strength and resilience amid the empire's turmoil. Becoming emperor. Upon the death of Antoninus Pius in 161 AD, Marcus Aurelius, at the age of 39, ascended to the throne, sharing the role of emperor with his adoptive brother Lucius Verus. This co-emperorship was a unique arrangement in Roman history, intended to provide stability and continuity. The two ruled jointly, with Marcus remaining in Rome and Lucius often commanding military operations, such as the Parthian War from 161 to 166 AD, which ended in Roman victory and secured the eastern borders. Lucius Verus died in early 169 AD, possibly from an illness, during his return from a campaign against the Germanic tribes. Historical accounts suggest he may have succumbed to smallpox, which was part of the widespread Antonine Plague that affected the Roman Empire during that period. This epidemic had a significant impact on the population and military forces, and Verus's death was a notable loss for the empire. Marcus Aurelius ruled as the sole emperor. His reign was marked by ongoing military campaigns, particularly along the Danube River, to defend against Germanic invasions. He spent significant time on the front lines, demonstrating his dedication to the empire's security. Throughout his reign, Marcus Aurelius remained committed to his philosophical principles, issuing laws and reforms that reflected his Stoic values and dedication to justice. His leadership and intellectual contributions left a lasting legacy, making him one of Rome's most respected and philosophically minded emperors. Influence of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius faced immense difficulties throughout his life, both personally and as an emperor. The pressures of ruling the Roman Empire during a time of military conflicts, plagues, and personal losses tested his resilience. He had to manage wars on multiple fronts, particularly against the Parthians and Germanic tribes, which required him to spend significant time away from Rome on military campaigns. Additionally, the Antonine Plague, which began in 165 AD, devastated the population and strained the empire's resources. Despite these overwhelming challenges, Marcus Aurelius remained steadfast in his Stoic principles. His extensive education under some of the most distinguished scholars of his time prepared him well for these responsibilities. During his reign, particularly while on military campaigns from 170 to 180 AD, Marcus composed Meditations, a series of personal writings and reflections in Greek on Stoic philosophy. These writings, intended for his self-improvement, provide profound insights into his thoughts on duty, virtue, and the nature of the universe. Meditations remains one of the most significant works of Stoic philosophy and continues to be widely read and respected to this day. This philosophical grounding not only shaped his personal life but also influenced his approach to governance, emphasizing justice, rationality, and the welfare of his subjects amidst the numerous challenges he faced as emperor. Some of the most famous quotes from Meditations include, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." His ideas emphasized inner rationality and control. Marcus stressed the importance of controlling one's reactions and maintaining inner peace regardless of external circumstances. He believed that true harm comes only from within, by allowing negative emotions to overpower rational thought. Duty and virtue. He highlighted the necessity of fulfilling one's duties and living virtuously, aligning personal actions with the broader order of nature and society. Acceptance and resilience. Marcus underscored the acceptance of fate and the impermanence of life, advocating for resilience and equanimity in the face of life's challenges. Universal connection. He often reflected on the interconnectedness of all human beings, promoting empathy, kindness, and a sense of shared humanity. These ideas not only reinforced traditional Stoic doctrines, but also personalized them, making his writings deeply practical and relatable. Later, life. In 175 AD, Avidius Cassius, a prominent Roman general, declared himself emperor following a false report of Marcus Aurelius's death. Cassius, who commanded significant support in the eastern provinces, capitalized on this opportunity to seize power. This betrayal tested Marcus's resilience and commitment to Stoic principles. Marcus responded with characteristic restraint and clemency, planning to pardon Cassius if captured. However, before Marcus could confront him, Cassius was assassinated by his own soldiers. This incident highlighted Marcus's ability to maintain his philosophical integrity in the face of severe challenges. As Marcus Aurelius aged, the physical and mental toll of constant warfare and leadership responsibilities began to wear on him. The harsh conditions of his military campaigns along the Danube frontier, where he spent much of his later years defending the empire against Germanic tribes, significantly impacted his health. The relentless stress, exposure to harsh climates, and the strains of command exacerbated his deteriorating condition. Despite his Stoic philosophy, which emphasized endurance and rationality, the cumulative effects of these hardships were profound. In early 180 AD, at the age of 58 during a campaign in the region of Vindobona, modern-day Vienna, Marcus Aurelius's health took a serious decline. Historical accounts suggest he may have succumbed to a combination of natural causes, likely exacerbated by the severe conditions and the burden of his continuous efforts to secure the empire's frontiers. His death on March 17, 180 AD, marked the end of an era known as the Pax Romana, a period characterized by relative peace and stability across the Roman Empire. He was buried in the Mausoleum of Hadrian, also known as Castel Sant'Angelo in Rome. His funeral was a significant event, reflecting the high esteem in which he was held. The Roman people deeply mourned his passing, recognizing him as a wise and just emperor who had devoted his life to the welfare of the empire. The end of his reign was a pivotal moment in Roman history. Marcus Aurelius was succeeded by his son Commodus, whose rule differed sharply with his father's, leading to a period of political instability and decline. Commodus often participated in gladiatorial games. You may recall him being portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix in the movie Gladiator. His reign lasted 12 years until he was assassinated in 192 AD due to his increasingly erratic behavior, autocratic rule, and widespread dissatisfaction among the Roman elite. Legacy. Marcus Aurelius is remembered as one of the 5 good emperors and is often considered the last of them. His reflections, written during his military campaigns, has had a lasting impact on both philosophy and literature. This work provides profound insights into Stoic philosophy, emphasizing rationality, self-control, and virtue as essential components of a good life. Meditations continues to inspire countless readers with its wisdom and practical guidance on living a virtuous life. It's considered one of the greatest works of philosophy and has profoundly influenced both literature and thought across generations. The text is frequently studied and cited for its Stoic insights, making it a staple in philosophical and literary circles. Unlike many philosophers who write from a place of theoretical understanding, Marcus applied Stoic principles in real time, dealing with adversity, maintaining rationality, and practicing virtue amidst chaos. His reflections in Meditations offer a unique, practical perspective on Stoicism, emphasizing resilience, inner peace, and the importance of duty and virtue. This real-life application gives his contributions a compelling authenticity that continues to resonate with readers. His ability to govern the Roman Empire with justice and rationality, despite facing numerous challenges such as wars and plagues, further cemented his legacy as a model philosopher king.
Everything that happens is part of the natural order. Nothing is too early or too late if it is in harmony with the universe. Everything that comes from nature is a blessing to me.